Hello and welcome everyone, this is PneumaticCraft Repressurized and I'm going to go over it as simple as it goes and I hope you guys can follow along. First of all, the ingredients you need is very simple, a lot of iron, like you will not understand how much iron you need, so mine everything you see. You need some emerald for later use. It's not right now in the beginning, but you need some emeralds or some villages to get some emeralds from, and you need a lot of coal ore because this mod pack does not use any electricity or RF except 1 or 2 items, so I suggest actually bringing a lot of coal as well. So what you want to do is mine some iron ore and get yourself some iron ingots. I'm then going to drop the entire stack here by some TNT. I'm gonna light it up. When you light it up, you get an explosion and then you have that's way more aggressive than I thought. And you get compressed ingots. You lose about 30% if I'm correct. Let's get this out of my inventory first. When you have these ingots, you want to build a couple things. If you want to start off with the basic ingredients, you want to get 32 to 64 at minimum for the pressure tube. The pressure tube is made by getting 2 compressed steel beside each other and some glass blocks in the middle. Then you get 8 tubes. If you want to get some pressure chamber walls, that's what you need to make a pressure chamber. You need at least 25 of them. How you make it? It's 8 in the shape of a furnace, then you get 16. Up next is what you need at least 1 from is the pressure chamber valve. It's where the air comes in. How do you make it? You need 4 pressure chamber walls in a reverse T pattern and 1 pressure tube on the top left. Then you get 1 pressure chamber valve. You need a lot of hoppers, but for the beginning I suggest just making 3 because it is needed for the recipes later on. How you make a hopper? It's just like this, so you get 1 of those. I have to say you at least need to take 2 pressure chamber interfaces in here because you need an inlet and an outlet, so at least 2 of those as well. How do you make it? Hopper to the left, so there you go, goes your hoppers, 2 at least, and a pressure chamber wall gives you pressure chamber interface. Before I go to the glass, this is the pressure chamber glass. I'm gonna tell you about how the pressure chamber interface works. If I place it down, you can see the inside is right here, the outside is on the other side, and if I place it down, there you go. So that's how you can change it up inside. This is the pressure chamber glass. Before you start making a lot of these pressure chamber walls, you can also make it out of pressure chamber glass. You do not need pressure chamber walls. You can also make it completely out of glass. You don't need the glass. You can also make it completely out of wall. It depends on what you want. I'm gonna make a quick example for this. See, it's the smallest one I'm gonna make right now because I said at least 25. That's for the smallest one. It's a one sized pressure chamber, and you gotta pop this one out. Go to this side, place one here, then a valve at least at one side, and it's done. It gives sparkles when it's done, but now you cannot see. So I like to change this design up with at least 1 in front so you can see how much and what is in there. You can also just make it purely out of glass. I do not recommend purely glass because you're gonna see why in a second. If you complete it completely, this glass is actually pretty nice because it is transparent completely. Gonna finish up the top, bring in the back, and bring this one and this one. This one's finished, but you cannot see if it is done or not because it's completely made out of glass, but it gave the sparks. Yeah, it's a little bit not comfortable in my opinion. Okay, moving on. This is the 2x2 and you can see you can make a lot of different contraptions. You want at least the pressure chamber interface and the chamber valve to be at the side. It could be at the front, at the back, at the bottom, it doesn't matter. All of these can be at the sides, not on the walls, because if you place it on the walls it won't work. The bigger the container is, the bigger and how much more air you need to fill it up. This is a complete fill one, so you can place it wherever you want. This configuration doesn't matter and this configuration doesn't actually matter. Furthermore, you made your pressure chamber. I like to make it like this because it gives me more clear view from up top. It doesn't make it look that big. I have the classic configuration for myself, and now you want to pressurize it. So how do you pressurize it? Well, pretty simple. You want to make first one of the air compressors. An air compressor is made in this configuration. Compressed iron on the sides, compressed tube to the right, and a furnace on the bottom, and then 1 left here. Then you get an air compressor. You want to make at least 4 because that's fast enough but not too many resources, and in the end you need a lot of more of these air compressors to be able to use it good enough. Afterwards you can just plop it in. If you place an air compressor, it has a spot on the back where the air will come out of. if you just place it like that. So you want the pipes to clog it up to make a connection. This entire system is now under a single sort of pressure, and it will try to equalize every time. So if I open this up somewhere like here, the inside of this pressure chamber will leak out from this tube, and the pressure from these pipes will come out here as well, and then I can fill it up again. I'm going to fill the rest of these as well. Now if you fill these up, you can look at the pressure. Pressure goes up, it's now 1.4 bars. It's going to be probably too much, but this is educational. You see max pressure is 5 bars. That's above the pressure. That's beside the icon of the air compressor. There's 5 bars. If you right click, you can see it's a red line. It's not yellow orange. If the compressor or any part of the system, this one, the pipes or the air compressor, gets above 5, it will break or explode, something like that. I've never had one of my pressure chambers break because I always pressure it with a standard air compressor. Standard air compressors go to 5 at max, but if you, for theory, place 4 of those a lot farther, like let's say on the space where this pressure chamber is, the pressure by the air compressors is bigger and tries to equalize, but it's gonna take a while. So the pressure there is higher than by the pressure chamber. Like this is 1.6 and right here it is 1.7. That's what I mean. So this will break first before the pressure chamber is going to break. So don't worry if you make one of these configurations, this is going to break first. Okay, so for the rest of this pressure chamber, how you want to use it is you want to use a hopper to get it in, or an item wire, conduit or something like that. Most of the time I play this mod with other mods, so you have some sort of transport wire to transport items through, and yeah, from one place to another, and it's way faster than a hopper. I use a hopper with this mod because it actually works all the time, doesn't matter what I do. I normally was trying to work it with a chest in the beginning, but the chest one doesn't want to get pulled out. That's what you're later gonna see at another video. But if it's spitting out items, it gladly spits it out in chests. What you can do is place a chest on top of this hopper. This hopper connects to chamber interface, and you will see it just fills up, it closes up, and then it will lose 1 bar of pressure if something gets in. If you put stuff in, what you can see here is it kind of quickly, just like a normal hopper, goes in, the door closes, and the door opens. There you go. Some of the pressure dropped. I said 1 bar. Sometimes it's 1 bar, sometimes it isn't. And now it goes through, it goes in, it's all 16 at once. And there you have it. Whoops, I did a mistake. If you don't want to have all of them plop out and just one compressed iron, what you can do is take that one out, just put one in, go here to the filter tab, place this one in, and then place the 18 back again. Once you do, the door will close and the door will open again. When it goes in, it can be nothing else than compressed iron ingot, my apologies, and there you have it, 18 compressed. Now you can also filter out, and this is important, you can click on the filter tab and go through here, and if you want to have something specific that's for later in the mod, you can just have it on PCB or whatever, and nothing else than a word with PCB in it will go out. Now we'll wait for the pressure to go up higher again. We'll let this speed up till it is to 5 bars, so I can show you guys what it is if it gives too much pressure. 4.9. It will almost say bluey. I've never taken damage from this because I was always doing something else. So, but you want to be kind of careful. It's 5. If it says 5.1, it's gonna blow. Pressure's a little higher here, so high chances this one's gonna blow. Almost there. 5.1. This is new. A little tense. 0.2. There we go. This is still 5.1, so it will now drop a little bit because of this one. Yeah, 4.9. So that's what happens when you leave it on too long and the pressure goes too high. So it was for this one. This is the basic how to set up a pressure chamber and how to set up a small pressure chamber. And this is a prep for the upcoming 2 videos I'm gonna do, because otherwise this is gonna be way too long of a video and yeah, it would be boring. Well, hope this was helpful and hope you guys had something interesting out of it. If you didn't get through the first part, watch it over again. I hope it helps. If you have some questions, leave them in the comments. I try to answer it, and see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.